Hey everyone, Jack here, TalkNorwichCity. Welcome back to another video. I hope you've all recovered from Saturday's game against Swansea City. It was an exhilarating game. I think that, both teams came to Carrow Road, I think, looking for a win. I was actually really impressed with Swansea. I think they'll be on the up for next season and have finished this season really strongly. But it was a good opportunity for us, I think, to maybe bounce back is probably the wrong word. I thought the game against Bristol City was a little flat, and I think we lacked the kind of dynamism that we've seen so often at Carrow Road. And this felt like a really good opportunity just to get the playoff picture done. And actually, I'm filming this on Sunday because I wanted to see how the Ipswich-Hull game developed on Saturday night, and actually that couldn't have gone too much better for us. A draw meant that Hull are now 3 points behind us with a far inferior goal difference. They will need a 7-goal swing and us to lose, or of course they could knock West Brom out of the playoffs if West Brom were to lose and Hull were to win final game of the season. There's so much on our game and the Hull game because we of course play Birmingham. Hull play Plymouth. Plymouth are just above Birmingham in the relegation picture. So both of those games have huge implications either way. And I think the glorious thing with the Championship this season is so much is still up in the air going into the final game. I keep thinking to myself and speaking to people, and people, are saying, what's your ideal playoff scenario? Well, it's really difficult to say at the moment because we still don't know where people are finishing. I would assume that Leeds will probably finish third. I think Ipswich will probably have enough with a game in hand to go up automatically. So I suspect it may well be us against Southampton in the semi-finals if Southampton finish fourth, which they will. And hopefully, if we can win on the final day and West Brom, it's very much in our hands to finish fifth. And I think if you look back, even a month or so ago, you haven't got to go too far back, the thought of finishing fifth was probably outside of the realm of possibility. But everyone really in the top six seems to have flustered and thrown away. I mean, the fact that West Brom lost 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday yesterday shows that nothing is a guarantee in this division. But fingers crossed, playoff all but secured. Of course, we go to Birmingham still needing something. You would have, well, not something, but, it's not as safe as if we would have won yesterday. Let's just, fingers crossed, that things do go our way, and hopefully we'll find ourselves in the playoffs. I thought the draw against Swansea was an intriguing one. I thought it was a really disappointing first goal to concede. I think Duffy will be disappointed with his kind of one-on-one battle with Patterson. Angus Gunn beating at the near post. The response was really good. I think we really livened up then. The Gabriel Sara goal was incredibly special. I think actually one of his best goals this season, and there's been a lot of good goals from Sara this season. Even just a little body feint to give himself space to take the shot, I thought was really nice. The shot, of course, was absolutely sublime, unstoppable. And look, whether we are in the Championship next season, I don't think Gabriel Sara will be. He is a truly sublime player. And then delivered the assist for the Josh Sargent goal, which was actually a lovely header from Josh Sargent. I was glad to see Sargent on the score sheet. I mean, he has absolutely busted a gut for this side over the past couple of months, and I still don't think is fully fit. You just don't. You have in the back of your mind, don't you? Like, if we'd have been able to keep Sargent fit for the entirety of this season, and if it wasn't for that pesky Huddersfield goalkeeper, I think we'd be really close to the top two. I think we are a completely different side with Josh Sargent in here. The penalty, again, disappointing one to give away, sloppy. There was a kind of 10-minute period from the start of the second half to that goal where Norwich looked good and I thought we were going to add a third and then it would have been game over. Swansea get back into it. It was a really open game from that point. The substitutions were intriguing and I don't think I would have gone about things that way. Obviously, Barnes didn't start the game because of a bit of an injury concern. It was Christian Fastnack that started. I didn't think he was had too much impact on the game whatsoever. Ashley Barnes comes on and clearly still was feeling something, hobbled off a couple of minutes later. It was the fact that Sainz came off for me that just took all the energy and the kind of impact out of the game. Sainz is, look, he may not have had his most effective game yesterday, but still he adds something both defensively and going forwards. When he's on the pitch, you're confident that something will happen. Rowe came on, I thought was really poor actually. Had probably one of his worst games in a Norwich shirt. I don't think anyone was too, I think we all wanted to see Johnny Rowe on the pitch because again, when he's at it, he's one of the most exciting players in the Championship. I think I would have kept Sainz on the pitch. I would have probably taken Nunez off. The fact that you then have to move Sarah out wide when he was having such an effective game from the number 10. I think Wagner will look back at those substitutions and probably regret the way in which it came about. You also then throw on Sidney van Hooijdonk with a minute to go, and Jakob Sorensen is favoured ahead of Sidney van Hooijdonk. I just think that whole 15-minute period of substitutions was really confused and cluttered. And look, some of the issues that came from that were out of Wagner's hands with the injury to Barnes, etc. But I think that really killed the game off, and actually probably will take a point from that period because it was very open. Swansea had chances to get forwards. Not the end of the world. Thankfully, other results went our way. I think if West Brom would have won and Hull would have won, we would be looking back at this and going, oof, that's a serious missed opportunity. But thankfully, things did go our way. It does still mean that we really do need to win on the final day to guarantee 5th spot, and that's not ideal because Birmingham are a point from safety and will be absolutely throwing everything at that game to try and get something in front of a lively home crowd. I think they know if they win, they've got a real chance of staying up, because I don't back Plymouth to get something against Hull. So all to play for going into that final day. I'm just really thankful actually that we're at this point in the campaign and we've still got something to play for. I had almost waved goodbye to the playoffs at the kind of turn of the year. I didn't think it was on, and the home form has been mightily impressive. There's been a few important away wins in there. This is a talented squad. Gabby Sarah, Angus Gunn, Josh Sargent, Borja Sainz. There's real quality in here. It feels incredible that we are closing in on the playoffs with a game to go. Let's now kick on. We need to throw everything at this. Premier League football next season would be brilliant. But yeah, look, 2-2 against Swansea. Not the end of the world. Slightly disappointed with the substitutes and the way that we just almost fell off for that last 20 minutes. But there was a 20-minute period in that first half where we looked unstoppably good. And if we play like that in the playoffs, I think we can beat anyone. Podcast next week. I'll be at St Andrews for the final game of the season. Really looking forward to it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.